Good, thanks, Michael.
Um, Please state your name and occupation.
Miss LeBlanc, I'm the Dean of Students at Chelsea High School.
Okay. Have you ever been cyberbullied before in your life?
Have I?
Yes.
No, when I was your age, there wasn't much going on with computers.
Were you ever bullied?
I've been thinking a lot about that lately, and I think in middle school I was teased.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think about high school. High school wasn't like that, but more so middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it would necessarily constitute bullying. I mean, nowadays, like with the bullying forms that we fill out, it's a repeated pattern, sure, but they didn't call it bullying back then.
How do you feel about bullying?
I think it's a really gray area, to be perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to decipher what's bullying, what's teasing, what's student conflict. It's not as black and white as I think people are trying to make it out to be.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a bullying problem in Chelsea High School?
So it's interesting that you're asking me all these questions now. So there's a form now that we need to fill out if there's any situation that looks like or potentially could be bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you can I'll give you a copy of it. So I think the most interesting piece about this is now we have to document any incidents or all incidents that people are claiming bullying is taking place.
Yes.
And with bullying, it's a repeated pattern, right? So, written down,
It's acknowledged.
it shows every event where somebody's claiming bullying is taking place. So it's opening my eyes a little bit to say, well, could this be bullying? It's happened more than once,
Yeah.
So I can tell you I've been doing these forms for 2 weeks and I filled out 4 already.
Wow. Do you think most bullying cases go unreported?
Miss Taligan's a good person to ask about this because she took a course in it and I'm looking to do something like that. I think from what she shared with me, when bullying occurs, the person being bullied very often does not report it, right? So, it's hard to decipher when it's just student-to-student conflict or actual bullying that's taking place. But if the studies show that it's not reported, like when bullying actually happens, that it's not often reported, then yeah, it's not being reported.
Let's see. About how many students come up to you and say that they have been bullied or been cyberbullied or any bullying whatsoever?
Again, I filled out 4 of these forms this week. None of them have been cyberbullying. They've all just been
Regular
incidents.
bullying?
Well, I don't know if it's bullying, right?
Over the
So,
years.
I would say at least 3-4 times a year, somebody comes to me and says something's going on Facebook or something like that. There was an incident, I think it was last year, where there was a whole Facebook page on the girls at Chelsea High, and so that sort of stuff happens.
Do you think that bullying leads to fights in Chelsea High School? Or do you think it could potentially lead up to big fights in the high school?
Well, with the studies, that does not happen. Like when someone gets bullied, there's not a lot of retaliation. The person being bullied, the victim of being bullied, doesn't typically retaliate. It's that they don't share what's going on. They don't come to school, that sort of stuff. They don't often engage in a fight.
Okay.
So the fights are more student-student conflict.
Okay.
I would say.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, not bad. So what'd you learn?